Hello, it is a lovely Thursday evening, and I'm here with my doggie. We're sitting here on the therapy couch in between sessions, and I was thinking about something I just talked about with a client, actually, and how important it is because our culture teaches us that we are supposed to be the best at everything all the time. But I'm here to tell you that we don't actually have to be the best. And in fact, it could be really bad for us long term if we're always trying to be the best. And I'll tell you why. So, a lot of people who are always trying to be their best and do their best really struggle with what we call performance anxiety. And that means they spend a lot of time just really trying to obsess over the different things they do in their life. They're trying to have the perfect hair, the perfect grades, the perfect job, the perfect boyfriend, and all of that is incredibly exhausting. The other part of it is that typically they'll prioritize a couple of things in their life that they try to be the best at, and it's usually the areas of their life that they believe that they get their self-worth from and that they get their power from. The problem is, let's take grades for an example. A kiddo could spend their life obsessing and trying to do the best with their grades, which at first glance, you're like, wow, that's really great. You're trying to do your best, and that's awesome. But the problem is, for some people, trying to do their best means staying up until 3 a.m. to make good enough grades or their best grades and beating themselves up when they don't ace a test. And unfortunately, they start to revolve their life around making good grades. And when they do that, my dog's being a little weird right now. What are you doing? She's living her best life, by the way. But anyway, when they do, what are you doing? She's like eating the air right now. You gonna do that for the camera? Anyway, so when you try to do your best all the time, you don't have any room for creativity. No room to think about how could I do this in a better way because you're so obsessed about doing it the best. You also don't have any time for downtime or balance in your life. And the anxiety and stress itself could get you into a pattern where you're not doing as well as you could because you're not sleeping, you're obsessing it more than is necessary. And ultimately, at the end of the day, our grades don't make us better people. And they don't actually determine our self-worth. They don't give us power. And this person may be missing out on really putting their energy and their best into very specific parts of their lives that matter the most to them versus trying to be the best at everything. And so this isn't me saying, hey, don't put energy into stuff. Hey, don't try to do your best ever. But watch your resources. You don't have to be the best at everything and every activity and every class in school or everything you do in your job. Really hone in on the things you really enjoy and feel passionate about, and do it in certain amounts that you really you show that you value yourself and you value your time and you realize the worth of yourself and your time. So people that are really successful in their fields, they're people that can be really driven by their anxiety, right? Their anxiety could drive them to be really good in their fields. But then there's people that are actually enjoying the journey, which I would encourage you to be one of these people instead, because I really think this is the key to living a fulfilling life. They get really good at recognizing what it is that they really enjoy being the best at and putting their best into, rather, and how much of it they want to do. And they put more value on their time. They only sign up for certain projects or sign up for certain things in their lives or certain commitments because they know that it makes that thing much more valuable and that recovery is important. So when we're talking about very successful pros in different parts of their lives, these are people that are very intentional about what they put their best into, and they're making sure that they're getting a good night's sleep and valuing themselves in the process. So that might have been a longer ramble than I intended it to be, but my whole point is don't do your best at everything. It's not worth it. And in fact, it could take quite a toll on your mental health, but even from a completely logistical standpoint, it could actually impede your creativity and ability to think outside of the box and, actually move forward in what you're doing in creative ways because you're so, kind of caught up in doing your best. And it robs you of your energy and steals your value. And again, I think it's important to ask yourself the question, like, where are you getting your self-worth from? Where are you finding your power from throughout the day? And if it's not from actually, a good, healthy place of your values and in finding peace with yourself and seeing life in a generous way, then you may want to reconsider what you're putting your best into. So anyway, those are my Thursday therapy thoughts. I will talk to you later.